What's up, Steeler Nation? We are the Observers. I'm Chris. We've got Grant and Smo with us today on a Victory Tuesday. What's up, guys?
Feeling
What's
good.
up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are we feeling after that game? I'm pretty pumped. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll say it was much I said this today, it was much more enjoyable um with my new rebirth of expectations. Now that I have them curbed down. I did like the game. I had a good time watching it.
Been delivered.
Yep. Felt good.
Yeah, it's good.
But
It's good stuff.
and we'll get into it. But yeah, what'd you think, Smo?
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating at times, but looking back at it, that thing you shared with us beforehand about whatever the betting site that was that said the Rams were an above average team. That was like the
Oh
bet was
yeah.
on, like they're not an above average team. I don't know anyone that thinks they are. Um, so yeah,
Would
I
you
mean, I
say
thought we
we
would be in the
are?
game. Uh, I I think we are a good team. We're not consistent enough offensively to be in the upper echelon, but I don't think there's any team that we could go into a game with where I think we have zero chance of winning. I think there's an avenue for us to win any game. That doesn't mean we're going to. It doesn't mean we'd be heavily favored. We have an avenue to win when we're fully healthy. Um,
I would
so yeah, I
say
mean
I would
that's a good
agree with
team. I
that.
think we're playoff. I think we can be playoff bound, and then we have an avenue to win games. And the way the
I
rest of the league is playing, that puts you right there.
I don't see how we would beat the Chiefs or Miami.
Well, we last year we had Miami locked
We
up.
bottled up Miami pretty good last year.
We
Yeah,
did. I
Yeah.
forgot
without
about that.
TJ.
Without
Mm.
TJ. Was Tua playing?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
I
I
think
mean,
our
it's still knocking off Mahomes is like the new Brady. I mean,
yeah, for sure, for sure. There's been a few games of theirs though where they have not been world beaters this year, and pressure is the equalizer. Like I said it
yeah.
before the last game. We get home with pressure. The pressure that we're built on Highsmith and Watt causing
Man,
problems.
Highsmith was flying around the corner that game. He looked great.
He's only got like one sack, but I think he like is like top
Oh
five in
my
the league
God.
in
How does
pressures.
he's got forced fumbles? He's got
Mhm.
doesn't he have a pick six?
Yeah,
Yeah.
against the Browns. Herbert got his first sack.
Did you see Herbig said he used that move because he saw Highsmith blow by that dude earlier in the game?
I did. Yeah. And
Yeah,
watching
they
the
look
game
good.
and watching even I think it was the game last night with your boy Brock. It was either them or it was the Sunday night
He
game.
sucks, dude.
No,
How
let's save
It's
that. That's
coming.
good.
yeah, yeah. But what I
Opportunity to like bash him every
but
episode.
what I was getting at is how nice is it to have Chris Boswell?
Yeah. The Rams
When he's
released their kicker.
when he's
They did.
healthy, when Boz is healthy, there's nobody better.
I'm telling you right now. Yeah, he's definitely having a Pro Bowl season. I mean, looks great. I mean, there's no worries whenever he steps up to kick one.
I still worry because sometimes he does like
It's
flail
every other
one.
season.
Yeah, right.
And
It's
last year he
healthy.
was pretty terrible. Yeah, this year he's on point.
I mean, surely he's gonna miss one and not go.
Man, not on wood.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah, come on.
I will say, the games being on YouTube TV this year, it makes it so much easier to rewatch the games, the condensed versions. I'm sure these existed in the NFL app or Sunday Ticket app last year, but that app was so much garbage. Once the game was over, I never
Yeah,
visited it. Now, if I go
they
into YouTube
did.
TV and I go to the DVR section, because obviously every Steeler game is DVR'd, it gives you the option to just watch the condensed one. So I watched it last night and probably in like a span of 10 minutes, like just like breezing through it.
That's how fast it
Mhm.
is.
It's 40 minutes. If you were to watch it through, it's
Oh.
40 minutes. There was a lot that I just like fast forwarded through. Some plays that I knew were coming, and I didn't really watch the defense too much. Um, Going back through, like we played very well. Like I know people today have all been about, why can't they do it for three quarters? They save it for the fourth quarter. And Tomlin kind of stole my thunder in the his presser today when I was listening to it. Someone had asked him about the fourth quarter stuff, and he straight up said he pulled out the do routine things routinely,
Yeah.
and that was like clearly evident in definitely the first quarter. He called out the pass to Pickens on the 3rd and 8 down the sideline. He said he caught the ball, he's out of bounds. If we throw that ball inbounds, we're not having this conversation right now. Like, we're up 7-0 early. It's a completely different game. There's the drive where Deontay gets over the crosser and Pickens takes the crackback penalty. We were like 1st and goal at the 6. It's just like little things that just it wasn't. I will say it wasn't because the offense wasn't moving the ball. It was like a holding here, a crackback there, a taunting here.
Yeah. It felt
One missed deep
correctable.
throw there. Like, they were on point. The offensive line, big ups. We're dominating that game. Even the bad runs were like I told you guys, Najee, instead of going through the hole for 3 yards, tried to bounce outside for 5. Jalen missed a hole or 2. Like, just get the yards that are there, man. Like, it was things were blocked up. The O-line played well. Luckily it all came together in the 4th, but if you go back and watch it, they were humming pretty well. Gotta give credit where it's due.
Yeah, we were definitely the more physical team. We bullied the hell out of them. And I was going to touch on that. I was going to ask y'all, how do you feel about the taunting penalties? DJ and Pickens out here.
I hate that shit, man.
It's so dumb.
It is
Just shut the fuck up.
Dumb. So dumb.
They're so good, though.
Yeah, but you have to do that.
You gotta know they're looking for it. Like, you gotta be a DJ saying, like, I don't expect the refs to know that Witherspoon and I were teammates. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. To call him up after the game if you want to talk shit. Just like make the play and get back to the huddle.
Yeah. Well, good that it happened. They get to learn from it while we win instead of it costing us a game. So hopefully they do learn their lesson going forward. But that block that Pickens had on that safety, Yeast, nice name. I still think that was legal because his head was in front of him. Like, I don't see what was wrong with that, but he destroyed him.
Yeah, I agreed with you there. It's probably close, but
there's just no need for it.
I think there is a need for like tone setting. Like tone setting. Like, hey, we're here. If we're playing, you need to be watching out because I'm gonna smack you down.
Yeah.
Like, there's something to be said for that, like a hard foul in the NBA. I don't know. It wasn't that egregious. I guess it could have been called by the letter of the law, but what was worse, which I thought we got away with, the makeup call, was the the PI on at the end. It didn't even
DJ?
matter. Yeah, that was like, what? That was a gift. That was not a pass interference.
Yeah, as was the spot on Kenny's sneak too.
Well, you don't know that.
They still would have had to go down and score on us. And the defense, they got gashed, but when it came down to it, they made stops when they had to. There were moments in the run game where they made some pretty big stops. So who knows what would happen there?
Minka just has to be so sore the next day.
Yeah, dude, he was everywhere. He had like 11 tackles. He was up in the run game. They shut down Cooper Kupp. I'm pretty sure he was hanging out over the top. A lot of receivers.
Joey Porter played well.
Yeah. There's not much to squabble.
There's not. I feel like the mistakes were correctable and they were like penalty ones. And you said it earlier, there were holes that Najee could have hit that he didn't. But I thought that was the best he's looked. He was fired up too. I thought he was going to get a penalty on the one play where he jumped up and got in that guy's face.
I saw one of the reporters was talking today that I think what caused the quick flags later was during Najee doing that, the referees kind of like made a point to say like, this is the one.
Mm-hmm.
Like apparently maybe one of the coaches even said it afterwards of like, they kind of like gave the warning of like, it's not how this game's going to go. So then they were quick to flag the other ones, which makes sense.
Yeah. Tomlin talked about that today in his presser. He said that the team didn't adjust to the tenor of the crew that we had. So that's what came along with Pickens and DJ. And what's crazy is even after they got that one penalty and Tomlin goes and puts his arms around both of them and is talking to them, they still managed to get those
I would
penalties.
have
So
had
it's
my
like,
I would have been squeezing their necks as hard as possible.
Yeah.
Like choking them. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? All that said, there was still a large chunk of that game where I was like, this team, what are we doing? We don't have it. And then it was the play. It was like 3rd and 8, and Deontay had the long run, the slant. It was a great pass, and he had a long run, which we thought was in slow motion.
He was moving.
And after that play, it was downhill from there. I mean, we smacked them every which way.
And how much of a
But
difference does he make being back out there?
huge.
Like obviously that
Huge,
play
like-
doesn't get made without him there. Like that play was
No.
perfectly blocked. Kenny shuffled to the left a little bit, knowing that like DJ was going to break one way or another, and just like he was not wide open by any means. Like it was just drilled in the one spot it could be in his arms, away from the defender, and he was just
He
off.
stepped up in the pocket this game. He looked good there. He's really been taking care of the ball. Love seeing that. I still think sometimes, but I mean, we're just nitpicking now, but I've been impressed with it. Like I said, taking care of the ball is crazy. Like it's really good than what he had been doing.
he had the one scary pass over the middle to Connor, in which the
Got tipped a
linebacker
couple
got his
times.
hands on it. That was scary. But
That being
you're
said,
right.
let me pause you right there. When you said Connor, reminded me of something. Are we just not going to have any tight end games now? Like the Muth is out. Did Hayward catch a pass? Did
Connor
Washington
caught one.
play?
Washington,
Connor
they
caught
just
a couple.
block him, man. He's just been there blocking. Hayward caught that one down by the goal line. He played like 80% of the snaps. He was
We
the one
have
coming
to
in
use
motion
tight
to
ends.
push.
But do you not
That's a
see
staple of our offense.
You're right, but what I'm thinking, and it kind of goes along with the whole fourth quarter thing. I was going to make a joke that we're baiting them, but we slowly roll out this offense, and I could see in the later portion of the season, in those games that really matter, even in the playoffs, where Darnell Washington goes and catches the ball over top of somebody in the red zone. I could see it.
Yeah, but why don't we do it all year? I mean, come on, cards.
Because then
we don't have secret plays. Like you can throw that, you can get him a ball game to keep him in it and like fired up, and
I hear you,
like
but
saving like a crossing route for Washington.
Well, I will say during, I forget what year it was. It's one of those last years. It was the last year Ben played against Lamar at home. And we had a couple plays in there in which like DJ ran some exotic route. And I mean, really just crossed up the Ravens DBs. And we hadn't really seen that. Now that was in October. Yeah, but it was something we didn't really see much of, but it was just used in that moment. And it was crazy effective. So we do have these situations where we'll throw something out there and just like, whoa, that worked really well. And I don't know. I'm just saying I could see Darnell Washington playing a role later on in the season.
I mean, that's a pretty big umbrella statement. If he catches one pass, you're going to be like, I told you.
No, it's not going to be just that. But
specifically has to be a jump ball game winner.
Right.
But we did see in the preseason though, he drew in one drive 2 personal foul or pass interference penalties. He drew 2 of them in the same drive.
2 technical fouls.
It's
flagrant ones.
But yeah, like to y'all's point, whenever DJ came back, opened things up, wait till Muth comes back. And then
why? So is he going to block?
Hell no.
Because if he's not blocking, dude, I don't want him on the field.
This goes back to the offseason, dude. How many times did I say Muth just should be our slot, like the role that Allen Robinson
take
plays.
him out of that play.
Play Washington on the line to block as if he's the tight end, and Muth is just another receiver.
We
out there.
can't afford to have him out there not missing, because that really does mess things up.
Let him sit and camp out over the middle. Yeah.
But I would like to see Allen Robinson get more involved. I thought he would catch more balls. I don't know. It might not be open, but
We
He's like
talk. Oh,
turned
how
into
about your
the.
boy?
He just runs in motion every play. He's
I
like
know, right?
literally just back and forth. It's his only play. Hey, you run to the here.
He made a
and there.
nice 7-yard catch on 3rd and 8 at the end there.
He is the guy that runs his defender to where Najee's running. That's his
He's not calling
goal
that.
position.
But speaking of scheming, how about your boy Canada? 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns.
Well, let's call it 2.
Okay, I'll give you that because TJ created that. The way TJ caught that interception, the hands that he
TJ's the
displayed,
best player in the league.
I'm tired of anybody saying anybody else
I
is
always love.
competitive for defensive player of the year. Shut up.
I always love when
It's
Tomlin
TJ.
just says TJ's visiting us from another planet.
Yeah.
I like when he
He
says
drops
he's
that
well
one.
compensated for what he does.
He said that about Highsmith and his interception
Compensated?
touchdown. Yeah, his against the Browns, his interception touchdown. Somebody asked him about his coverage abilities, and he was like, "We appreciate his efforts in the coverage game, but we pay him to sack the quarterback." He's like, "We pay those guys to get after the quarterback. We appreciate the efforts in the coverage."
Yeah,
All
I
right.
mean, Canada, I don't know. When it works, it looks good, but when it doesn't, I mean, it does feel like we're not as predictable. So kudos to him. Like it's not run pass now, or
There
it's
was a
not.
quick slant. There was a quick slant
There was a quick
for
slant.
like
There was
15-yard gain, easy pitch and
a
catch.
post over the middle. Pickens had.
Pickens up the seam at the end. Yeah.
Yep. Like, and we're not every time he's under center running or every shotgun is a pat. Like, I mean, the baseline is so low. Like we we look like an actual NFL
NFL team.
offense.
Yeah. It's so tough to just
But,
know if it's like watching some of the film. There's definitely some routes where like guys just end up in the same vicinity, which is what I see people online complaining about. But so much of the offense just changes when the line blocks. Just execution up front.
It's like I said earlier.
Like
It's
those rushing
running, man.
touchdowns. Like watch Jalen's touchdown run from 15 yards out. Like they start at the 15, and James Daniels and Sam Aller are at like the 6 blocking DBs. Like make your first block and get upfield and hit somebody, and it just makes all the difference.
When we can run the ball, and that's like tails old as time. Like if we can run a little bit, it just the play action is so valuable when we can do it and get Kenny moving and a little bit of time. But yeah, hats off to Canada, I guess.
And then the other one is going to be Dan Moore.
Played well.
Dan Moore did his
Well.
thing.
Was Kenny sacked?
He had one,
I
or
think
maybe
he was
even two. Like the first drive, which Tomlin called out. Somebody missed an assignment. I don't know who it was. They said they got that 8-yard pickup on the first play of the game. He's like, we were 2nd and 2, missed an assignment.
Yeah, I think it was Warren, or
Might
it
have
was
been.
Hayward. Off the right, no one touched the guy.
Yeah,
But that being
there's
said,
some
what
blitzes.
some of them were saying that Kenny needs to be shifting coverages or protections around. I don't know if he's doing that.
I'll take Tomlin's word for it. Those analysts don't know like the play and the.
I
Whatever.
can't tell you how much I loved hearing Bradshaw gush over him today. It was great.
I will say, man, he wins games.
Yeah, like I said,
There's somebody else in the
I'm
league
in.
who did not win a game in the fourth quarter last night or last week.
I'm in now. I'm fully back in with my expectations is that we're in the mud every game. Like I said, last episode, it was Chris who had me thinking we were the Rams from like 01 this offseason. But now I'm back. We'll muck it
Welcome
up.
back,
That's
buddy.
fine. There's multiple ways to win a game.
Good to have you back, bud.
Thank you. Anything else?
No, we got a big one this week.
This is our toughest test yet.
Yeah, indeed.
You're saying it's the best quarterback we're going to face.
It is.
Better than Burrow.
He's better than Burrow.
Ooh, okay. You really respected the hell out of Burrow. So
I know, but
that's saying a lot.
I do. and I think Lawrence is better than him. He's more athletic for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, Burrow is he's going to be a sitting duck. They're going to have to allocate a lot
I
of
told you.
resources.
Well, we'll save it for Thursday, but I'm worried about ETN.
All right.
But good work this week.
That's
I was the closest to the score, missed it by 1 point. No big deal there.
yeah, you
That's all
weren't
I got.
right.
Well, you said 19.
Well, hey, listen, I'd rather under promise and then the Steelers over deliver, but whatever. And then that's 7 in a row off the bye for Tomlin and the Steelers. Not too bad.
Pretty good. 11-4 in our last 15.
You guys know he's never had a losing season. I
I've never heard that.
I've never heard that. Huh.
Yeah, he's never lost.
Fun fact.
All right.
All
I'll
right,
see you guys
Sean.
Thursday.
Observers out.